Howdy folks, welcome to Ben Mastwyk's Golden Hour. I'm Ben Mastwyk, and this is my co-host, Ginger. We've got a big show coming up tonight with a whole bunch of special guests and all sorts of shenanigans. So stay tuned, get a drink, and let's have a great night. Yeah. Let's kick things off tonight with a little chat with my old friend, Mr. Gareth Leach.
Hey guys, this is Gareth Leach and you're watching Ben Mastwyk's Golden Hour.
G'day, Gareth. How you doing
mate.
out there?
Good, how you doing, man?
Very good. Welcome to Ben Mastwyk's Golden Hour.
Thank you for having me. It's a golden time.
It is, well, it's a time, that's for sure.
It's a time.
You've been doing some songwriting, I hear. Tell me about that.
I have. I kind of came up with this idea of writing a song via text message with a group of friends. So I started writing this murder ballad about the Scandinavian black metal murders of the 90s. I don't know whether you're familiar with that whole, burning of churches and all that sort of thing going on. So I got really lost down the rabbit hole after I saw that movie Lords of Chaos. And sort of just got really excited about that thing. So me and a couple of friends from, the metal community, when I used to be in metal bands, we all started writing this old time, sort of like almost Louvin Brothers sort of esque murder ballad about dudes wearing face makeup and killing each other and burning to churches. So that's been fun.
So I love this idea of songwriting via text message. How was the process? Was it effective?
Well, it was really weird. Like, I just came up with the idea of this chorus and I got stuck and I was just like, how can I bounce the idea off? And I was getting, at that point in time, I was really sick of the whole Zoom meeting sort of stuff. And I was just like, I just can't be doing it. So I just sent this chorus to I think I sent it to my buddy Macca first, and he goes, all right, I'll have a go at a verse, and then Joey and Megan, they were just like, okay, well, you take this part of the story, I'll take this part of the story and that part of the story. So it kind of works really, really well because it's like, I guess it might not work in the context of some songs, but in the context of this one where it's about Chinese whispers, actually, are you allowed to say that? Well, it's about, you know what I mean? It's about,
that notion of,
I guess, stories of, no one really knowing what the truth is and everyone having their own account of the events kind of just adds to the disjointedness of the story.
So it sounds like you're as busy as ever during isolation.
Yes, idle hands are the tools of the devil, man. I've got to just be doing stuff.
Couldn't agree more. That's absolutely my approach. Hence making a TV show. This is purely to stop me from losing my mind.
And the devil is so close tonight. He's holding me tight, setting the whole place on fire. God is a liar, this will all be just fine. Hey, see the sun, let's jump right in and purge ourselves of these deadly sins. You can't defeat me, don't even try, 'cause you live on the ground and I live in the sky. 'Cause the devil is so close tonight, he's holding me tight, setting the whole place on fire. God is a liar, this'll all be just fine. There ain't no sleeping you know it all. But now I'm out with the poor. I'm gonna build up this tower and just watch it fall. Because the devil is so close tonight, he's holding me tight, set the whole place on fire. God is alive, this'll all be just fine. Prophecy with a little dependency. I guess we'll just wait and see just how bad this can be. Because the devil is so close tonight, he's holding me tight, set the whole place on fire. God is alive, this'll all be just fine. God is alive, this'll all be just fine. God is alive, this'll all be just fine.
I'm liking your new single. Tell us about that.
It's called Honey. It's about I guess trying not to bow down to society's pressure or expectations of things that you need to be able to do in life. I think we're all brought up, especially our generation, we were all brought up with this idea of, work hard, get, married, get a job, and you're going to own a home and it's all going to happen like that. But the reality of the modern world is kind of, it's almost like that sort of idea of why Brad Pitt wanted to destroy the world in Fight Club.
You do not talk about Fight Club.
I feel like the constant anxiety and pressure of trying to live to this almost unrealistic expectation is just kind of, it's the reason why, so many of us have anxiety and depression. And, this song, I guess, is my way of saying, bugger that, flip the bird at, anyone who's going to try and tell me that my life isn't, on track, or, I'm not achieving things in my life just because I'm not, meeting these antiquated ideas of what success should look like, So Honey's about the sweet stuff and saying, piss off to all the bullshit.
Love it. Bloody good message. So you've got the whole album done and kind of ready to go, yeah?
Basically set this goal of wanting to record an album that doesn't rely on any electric instruments. So wherever possible, there's no electric instruments. The bass is all acoustic. Everything's acoustic instruments, and trying to get a big raw sound with acoustic instruments.
I love that premise. It's so great to set yourself kind of creative boundaries like that to see how they can influence the outcome. That's what inspired that approach.
Nirvana Unplugged in New York, I think.
There it is.
Being a kid of the 90s, grunge, heavy, all that sort of stuff, it's been such a staple in my musical diet for so long. I wanted to create this sort of big, fat, angry, aggressive, acoustic, loud album.
Yeah.
So,
hell yeah, I love it.
So that's why it's called Trigger, I guess. It's about pulling the trigger and just blowing a few things out of the water. And I'm already past that in the songwriting now. I'm up to the new phase. So we'll see what's coming next. Maybe it will be black metal.
I was wondering if the title name Trigger might have had something to do with Willie Nelson's guitar. Was there a reference there at all?
Yeah, absolutely. The title track Trigger is about me looking for that relationship with my guitar. You know, his guitar is such a symbolic image, and Willie Nelson is my all-time favorite songwriter. And yeah, man, I'm just a huge Willie Nelson fan, and you know, hence the reason why this guitar I got my new guitar just there, Lady May I call her, and I was just, you know, when I was writing Trigger, I was really just trying to, you know, find my guitar. So I got a guitar made for me, and this is going to be my new Triggers.
Have you been lucky enough to see Willie?
Not Willie Nelson.
Mine's in the gutter.
No, I would love to see him, man. His bucket list for me. Have you seen Willie Nelson?
I was lucky enough to see him at Jazz Fest, and this is going back maybe 6 years ago or something like that. It was a total bucket lister for me. And
what was it like, man? Like, just it would be surreal.
It was alive. Like, yeah. He played about an hour or so before sundown. He was playing, strangely enough, on one of the smaller stages, which was great. And he came out and started with Whiskey River, which he starts every show with, and he comes out and hits it, you know, jang, jang, jang. You can just feel the crowd, and then the song kicks in, and the crowd just, you know, it was like this. He's throwing out headbands to everybody. He's just, and it's, he's always had a very loose way that he's approached his guitar playing and even his singing. But I think as he's getting older, he's getting even more off the beat and even more jazz about it. So the band's kind of just sitting there keeping time, and he's just like sporadically noodling around the beat and throwing. Yeah, it was brilliant. It was great. So I was reading about his process as well. He basically, well, he wouldn't be touring at the moment, I imagine, but when he's in full tour cycle, he'll be on the bus and he'll be riding on the bus, and he'll put together his kind of cuts, and then he'll send them back to the studio where his people gather the other musicians, and they do all the bed tracks and get all that built around his initial recordings, and then they send those back to him, or he'll either come home or he'll book a studio on the road, and he'll have all of those tapes ready to go, and he can just come in and put his bits on and head off again. It's a brilliantly efficient way of doing it. Very inspiring.
Oh, it's totally inspiring. I love the way he can, yeah, as you said, every year you get a new Willie Nelson album. How bloody cool is that? The guy's in his 80s. You know what I mean? And, you know, and his new album is really good. Really, really good. Like, you know, he's not just pumping anything out, man. Like, you know, that First Rose of Spring song is bloody magnificent, you know?
100%. It's been mighty fun chatting to you, but I wonder if maybe we should play a song together. What do you think?
Yeah, what do you got in mind? Should I go guitar?
I reckon you should turn around and grab that guitar you were just telling me about. Yeah, what's its name again?
Her name is Lady May, because it's a maiden.
Lady May. Lady Maiden.
It's also a Tyler Childers song as well, so it was kind of like a nice little, you know, nod there too.
Perfect. Alrighty. Love it. That's a pretty old thing. We'll let's see what we can do. Let's see if we can pull a little song together.
Alright, let's do it.
At a time when the world seems to be spinning hopelessly out of control, there's deceivers, believers, and no in-betweeners that seem to have no place to go. It's the same old song. It's right and it's wrong. nothing I do. And with no place to hide, I looked in your eyes and I found myself in you. I looked to the stars, tried all of the bars, and I nearly gone up in smoke. Now my hands on the wheel of something that's real, and I feel like I'm going home. By the shade of an oak, down by the river, sits an old man and a boy, spinning sails, setting sail, fishing for whales with a lady that they both enjoy. It's the same old tune, it's the man in the moon, yeah, and living is just something that I do. And with no place to hide, I looked in your eyes and I found myself in you. I looked to the stars, tried all of the bars, and I nearly gone up in smoke. Now my hands on the wheel of something that's real, and I feel like I'm going home. Now my hands on the wheel of something that's real, and I feel like I'm going home.
That was a hell of a lot of fun. Thank you, Gareth Leach.
Oh, pleasure, man. Thank you. That was great.
We should do this again sometime. What do you reckon?
I think we should definitely do this again. This has been heaps of fun, man.
Well, I think we're locked in for the foreseeable future, so we'll touch base again down the track.
Yeah.
Gareth, thanks for joining us on Ben Mastwyk's Golden Hour.
Dude, it's been absolutely golden. Thank you so much for having me, man. It's been great chatting.
Waitress, please hit me with another. Yes, I'll take a piece of that there pie. If you could just walk me through the specials, and I'll have me a big old breakfast fry. My dog is waiting patient by the back door. My kid is roaming somewhere around town. You should see a horse I just rode in on. This old bird, I call him Buster Brown. If you're presenting me with options, putting ideas in my head, looks like they're all right for the bacon. I'll take the chicken and the egg. I ain't saying don't offer me choices. I'm just saying please don't make me choose. Seems I've got a penchant for picking. You know that I wasn't born to lose it. 'Cause I got big pocket full of aces. You know I got diamonds up my sleeve. I won't tell you where I'm hiding my heart. This here's a club that you never wanna leave. If you're presenting me with options, putting ideas
There's a lot going on in the world right now, so let's check in with our resident reporter, super poet, Emilie Zoey Baker, with her take on the news.
Wandering through the bush, and it was quite thick, so just breaking my way through it. And then he was just like about 15 metres from me, just standing there. He was really angelic, just standing and looking, so, you know.
I decided to write this poem about you, William. Because the day they found you, my brain was in the shape of a fist. I was so angry. My words were all arrows which I used to shoot bluebirds down on the internet. But when your face bounced softly past, carried in blankets, everything came loose. My giant brain fist, as tight as dehydration, loosened. You and Ben tumbled out of our devices and into our hearts like a Rapunzel braid. He found you by singing soft songs about trains, his ghost dogs off leash, his ancestors underfoot. He gave you his socks and you let him touch your nose. He knew you were some kind of angel, glittering like a spirit in the forest. Standing there in bare feet, your hands open, your face like a carving, and everyone watching fell in love with you and with Dad, and definitely with Ben and with Mum and the ambulance lady, and we needed to fall in love that day because hope had tumbled down some well in a horror movie. Everything that has happened this year, all the things that had been caught in my throat suddenly came vomiting out. All the YouTube series about conspiracy theories, the incompetence of the Australian government's response, side-smiling hypocrisy, job shrieker throwing the final darts into the already struggling arts, Amy Cooper summoning the cops in Central Park as Christian Cooper's skin was dark, calling 911 with a phone that's a handgun, Rona mauling the US and Trump making such a murderous mess, Andrews being blamed for slippery security guards, which turned out to be fake news, BTW, but Dutton's department under no stress for docking the Ruby Princess. Victoria a slave to the inevitable second wave, abhorrent losses, rising cases with health officials losing face. Morrison trying to sell this economical con. People who believe the COVID-19 key is somehow linked to 5G, Kens and Karens waving guns, Mary Trump telling us what we already know and how his supporters will not see this as a blow. This pandemic filled with revolution and revelation and walking the streets in a living panic attack with black square Instagram reality slaps. The orange bag of hate tear gassing the people and the press to wave around a Bible like a packet of Trump steaks. Violence and unity, statues being ripped to create a beautiful void in the name of George Floyd. 437 Aboriginal deaths in custody, but instead of support for this Armageddon, our sook of a leader sent cops to guard a lump of Captain Cook. Murder hornets, floods, fires, a White House full to the brim with denialists and liars.
Seriously, Wink?
People locked in housing towers with no notice, truly frightened, but not enough for that postcode jumping lady who has done all of Brighton.
I've done all of Brighton.
Pollution at an all-time low, but it's too much of an economical blow to actually turn this planet around. Even though we've figured out how to work from home without pants, we're not going to give our planet its second chance. And every time I try to calm my brain, a new fresh hell emerges which makes me feel like I'm going insane. All this chaotic mortification burning holes in my concentration and my unkind monkey mind saying, "Hey, poetry clown, why aren't you being more productive during lockdown?" If there's a metaphorical mountain for the year 2020, it would be Mount Disappointment. And William, you spent 2 nights alone in sub-zero conditions, with your little elbows out, curled in a tree with a beetle in your ear. And the storybook in me wants to imagine it left poems in there, sent love letters to remind you of the stars, to reassure you that the whole galaxy was looking for you. You made us want to drill into the earth, to wade through liquid sun with our bare hands, to pull the moon down and use it as a spotlight. Because the darkness in the sky was Ghostbusters bad. And if we did, it would be a grim miracle. Another horrific 2020 sacrifice. And we'll never know how you did it, William, because you don't speak. You're as quiet as a bowl of rice. And even though I knew, and I still know, that it's time to pull the rusty nail of constant news out of my arm, I was paralysed. Because I had a sort of spiritual toxic shock syndrome. And I think we all do. The whole world is on the same page. The existential dread baked right into our banana bread. But you were like some kind of fairy tale life hack, resetting our dumb world like a tiny wizard dancing backwards into the intergalactic matrix waterfall. And when they got you, the rescue party didn't yell. They didn't clap, they didn't hug you, they had to hold back, because loud sounds aren't your jam, Will. Even though our hearts were a million vuvuzelas, even though fleshy fireworks were exploding right out of our chests, the restraint was maybe the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. The respect for your beautiful little being. Will, who likes the quiet, who got lost with a beetle in his ear, and who saved us all that day, who gave us the will to be strong.
Coming up next, we're going to have a chat with my old buddy, Mr. Danny Walsh. Danny Walsh, welcome to Ben Mastwyk's Golden Hour.
Golden Hour, is that what it's called? That's terrific. that's just leads into the first track of my new album called Golden Hour. So,
Tell me about this song of yours, Golden Hour.
well, it's a bit of a spooky kind of noir song. So the album's called In the Wimmera, and that track Golden Hour, you know, it's harking to that time of the day when the sun's shining, that beautiful colour through the window. And in this case, the tune's a bit of an imaginative tale about someone on the run, maybe on the loose, hiding out in a country town, peering through the curtains in the golden hour while the tractors are going by outside, and you're wondering what the hell they're doing up there.
So, In the Wimmera, is it all about the Wimmera?
Yeah, it came about, I think, long after we'd recorded it, and we had a project last year separately, the Cheddar Road All Stars, about songs about Reservoir that were written by Barry Dickens. Mm-hmm. And through putting that together, we basically made an album of his verses about where he grew up in Reservoir, with a bunch of Reservoir-based musos, and that was a really successful thing. But it made me think about how good it would be to do an album of stories, tales about where I grew up, and it turned out that I'd already done that. Once we'd cut out a couple of the songs that had been recorded in the session, it turned out all the songs were actually a collection from the area. So away it went, and it became In the Wimmera.
So, are these real stories about real people?
For that one, yes, some of the songs are quite personal and very real. That one, there's definitely real cases that have gone on over the years that it could be based on, but it's certainly a bit more of an imagination and leaving it a bit to the listener who's tuned into the vinyl.
So how are you going about putting this record out, Danny Walsh?
They're selling them now in the local butcher shop, and after being in the local paper last week, they've been selling like beefsteaks.
I'm really liking this alternative outlet approach you've got going on.
So maybe we can start stocking other stuff up there, Ben, if you know, there seems to be a bit of people seem to be browsing music while they're perusing their next meal. Maybe we could stock some Mastwyk material up there and have it, the vegetarian option.
What's the perfect accompanying meal for this record?
Definitely a Sunday roast. Mum's cooking. Roast potatoes, roast veggies, 3 meat and veg on the kitchen table.
And what should we be drinking?
I think a beer, which cheers.
What kind of beer are we talking about?
Yeah, I'd say just a Melbourne bitter would be really a choice beer for that, or a craft beer, but not too crafty. I mean, I think you could pair it with a lot of drinks, actually. And as the night went on, you'd probably start mixing your drinks and maybe having a Sambuca, just a nightcap, or one of those Italian Amaro kind of digestives or something, just to round the night out once you've got to the final song, the ninth song.
Amaro me.
Actually, it's only 30 or so minutes, the album, so I'd say that's a lot of, you don't need too many drinks to get through it unless you're really hoeing into your booze in isolation.
Any tips for our mental health?
Yeah, try and see some trees, smell some eucalyptus.
And what are you doing to escape this bizarre reality?
There's a few things happening to let the mind wander a little bit into the imagination world.
The imagination realm is a really important place.
Yeah, I think it is. It's an important place. Yeah, I think it can make the difference between things being, talking music in general, but yeah, definitely the difference between things being pretty rough and things being seem to be going on the right path. I think music's a really important thing. For me anyway, I think, maybe it's different for other people, of course.
For me, I got to keep really, really busy.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to roll, and it's good to have those outlets. So yeah, and trying new things, new instruments and things. I see a lot of people, you know, with their ISO projects, and you know that's great. Whatever people need to do to keep themselves amused and sane.
ISO projects. Well, you're in mine right now, mate. Danny Walsh, it's been a pleasure speaking to you, mate.
Oh, great, Ben. Thanks for having a chat.
Now remind folks again which butcher store they can go to get your new record.
Well, that's up in Donald, in the Wimmera, Donald's Family Butcher. But in town, we are stocked at Basic Discs in the city, Rocksteady Records in the city. They're all mailing out as well, of course, and Northside Records and Thornbury Records. But yeah, we'd strongly recommend going down to the store if you can't go to the store. I think there's announcements from our Premier very shortly. Then we would still love you to go and buy them online from those stores, because those establishments need to keep living and breathing. They're a big part of the music sphere, and we're very happy that they stock them there. So yeah, the butchers or your local indie record store in Melbourne.
Hey, Danny Walsh, how about you and I play a little music? What do you say?
Great idea.
All right, let's do this.
Let's go. Let's do it.
Brilliant.
Be sure to look out for those folks out there who could use a phone call or a FaceTime or a Zoom. I tell all your friends that you're bound for glory. You know that you'd make it there before me. What is it like? Is it worth this misfortune? What is it like on the other side? These 20 years, I've loved one thing only. I love what I know about patience. I love what I know about mercy. I love what I know about passion. I love what I know about soul. And I know and I know you. I tell all my friends that I'm bound for heaven, and if it ain't so, you can't blame me for living. I know what it's like, and it's worth this misfortune.
Coming up next, we've got my old friends the Ironbark brothers, coming to us live from isolation in sunny Coburg. They're going to sing us a tune about the old Pentridge prison. Take it away, boys.
Hi, man. Thanks so much for having us on the show. We really appreciate it. We're locked down here in sunny Coburg, so we thought we'd sing you an old song about Pentridge Prison by the yodeling jackaroo, Mr. Buddy Williams. Yodelay, lodelay, yodelay, lodelay. As I write this letter, I feel worn and frail. You're serving your sentence in Pentridge jail. They say that you're guilty. I know that's not true. That's why I still pray, love, that they'll pardon you. 12 months I've been waiting, faithful and true, but I've waited a lifetime for no one but you. They'll lock us away, love, won't keep us apart, but they'll never lock out the love in my heart. I wrote to Canberra, my pleas were in vain. They say you're a criminal, you'd do it again. But if there's a chance, love, I still plead for you. I can't see you suffer what you didn't do. Sometimes I'm happy, sometimes I'm sad, sometimes I'm on clover, and then things turn bad. But that's how it goes, love, when I get no mail, 'cause my love's in prison, in Pentridge jail. Thanks very much, Ben. We're the Ironbark brothers. Hope to see you soon. Thanks, mate.
Good in my coat and payment made. You give gold a bad name.
This is Van Walker, and you're on Ben Mastwyk's Golden Hour.
One day the guy on the buffalo was cruising around through the plain, seen a bear, and he thought to himself, oh man, I gotta get away from the bear. Hope he don't chase, oh no, he's gonna chase me. Oh no, I better just turn around and chase him back. 'Cause guess what? I'm on a buffalo. Guy on a buffalo. Hey bear, bet you didn't know you was chasing a guy on a buffalo. Look out, just watch him go. A guy on a buffalo. Oh no, it's a guy on a buffalo. A guy on a buffalo. The old radio's not sounding quite the same these days.
Don't forget, it's Triple O Radiothon time, folks. If you can, make sure you do. Subscribe. Coming up next, we're going to have a chat with my good old buddy, Mr. Van Walker. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Look at that ears.
If it wasn't for this little idiot, I would be losing my absolute mind, I reckon.
Good energy.
For sure.
She's got a
Good
great
energy. Like
energy.
yourself.
She's...
Like yourself, mate.
Oh,
Good
well,
energy.
thank you very much, mate. Thank you
Yeah.
very much. How's it going out in Geelong?
Goes a long way. Yeah, it's good. It's we're not as seriously locked down as you guys in Melbourne town, but yeah, it's very chilled in Geelong, and yeah, I'm enjoying myself. Taking it easy.
And you said that you're not living with any animals at the moment. No cats or dogs.
No. I actually moved my cats to a friend's place in Gippsland. So yeah, they're out. They're farm cats now.
Have you done a Zoom chat with them?
No, but I'll go and visit them as soon as I can.
Do you? I was looking back over some of your songs the other night and came back across one of my favourites. Is it called Happy Dogs?
Happy Dogs, yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
what a tune.
Yeah. Did I ever tell you about the story about that song?
No, but I think now's the perfect time, mate.
Well, I was doing a gig in Canberra. I was on tour, and we were playing in Canberra, and we were driving through the Belangolo sort of area, and we started talking about the Wolf Creek movie. And the two guys in the front of the car, they'd never seen it, and they were asking me. I was really hungover. They were asking me about it, and I went into great detail to explain what the movie was all about. Once I'd sort of finished telling them, they were like, "Oh, yeah." Ugh. Anyway, that night we played a gig in Canberra, and they went off somewhere else to do another show, and I stayed a couple of nights in country Canberra. My friends had just bought like a farm there, so it was well after midnight, and they picked me up. They took me back to this place. It was pitch black dark, and they said, "We're over in this shack. You're on that shack over, over the hill." So I wandered off in the night, and I found this shack, and I stayed in there. The next day when I woke up, I came out, and the farm property looked exactly like the Wolf Creek farm property. It was just like, old burnout cars everywhere, and these, And I stayed there the next night, and I was terrified the next night. But during that day, their two dogs came flying out, and their two dogs were running around, and they were like the happiest dogs you've ever seen in your life. Just got this entire farm to just burn around. And that's when I wrote that song when I was up there.
I love it.
half terrified, half in love with the two dogs.
Good stuff. Can you give me maybe just a little bit of Happy Dogs Now, just to spark my memory?
Oh, sure can. It's been a while since I've played it, but I'll give it a crack. I think it goes, ain't it beautiful to see happy dogs rolling in the grass, sniffing at each other's heels. Happy dogs remind us why we're here.
Ain't it true? It's a beautiful thing. You got a record coming out. When's it coming out, mate?
It's coming out next Friday, the 28th of August.
Unreal. And it's called Ghosting, right?
Yeah.
And I was looking at the album cover, and it's a stunning cover. I love it. Just that white, vast cover with the pier going out into oblivion is how I read it. Is that what you get off it?
Yeah. Well, I saw that. That's from a photographer called Henke, who's like a American Japanese photographer. And when I first saw that photo, I saw a really sort of badly kind of coloured, degraded sort of version of the photo. And but it looked exactly what I wanted. It just looked like a pier going off into the abyss, into nowhere.
Yeah.
And so when I got the artwork from him, he sent me the proper photo, which is a lot more. You can sort of see the water and the sky. So I had to, even though I paid all this money to get the photo, I had to degrade the photo back to where you can't really see the separation, because that sort of suited my purposes more than his original photo.
Yeah, no, it's really stark and stunning and evocative. I've heard a few of the singles that you've put out so far, but I was reading that you were saying is it a bit of a concept album, or you're at least saying that the whole thing is it's a connected kind of piece?
Yeah, there's a continuity to it. So I sort of try to pick songs. I mean, they're not all about the sort of experience that I had was of a relationship breakup and losing a couple of friends, all at sort of the one time. It was sort of one of them sort of experiences where a lot of your life is kind of completely sort of turned upside down. But I try to sort of make this album sort of be a little bit of a journey through that kind of experience, but then also kind of out of it and have a kind of a, it's not necessarily a sort of a closure, but there's actually sort of there should sort of be a sort of an arc through which the songs sort of tell a bit of an emotional story. So I did sort of choose the songs and the sequence specifically so there would be that kind of feeling, hopefully, if you listen to it from start to end. So it's not necessarily conceptual, but it definitely was. Ghosting seemed to be the right title for the record.
We've lost the dog.
So Ghosting and one of the singles before was called Spirit World, is that right?
That's right. The first single was, yeah.
Do you believe in an afterlife?
I honestly do not know, but yeah, I'm not sure what happens with consciousness, but it's I think it's proven that the energy has got to go somewhere.
Yeah,
energy doesn't disappear; it goes somewhere, and it's like with atoms, they pop into existence, into our reality, into our existence, then they disappear. Nobody knows where they go when they disappear, or if they're popping into another reality or another sort of consciousness. So I really don't know, but I'm certainly not sort of a fundamental religious sort of a person, but I'm sort of very curious about it all. Yeah.
I love it. No, I think I sit in a very similar space there. Are you missing the pub, mate?
I'm a little bit, but obviously because I'm in Geelong, we can still go to the pub. So it hasn't.
Shut up.
Yeah, it hasn't been. It hasn't been that bad for us, but I mean, we're sort of really locked down now, and you know, I guess it was just a matter of time until it was going to sort of get to the point where we were going to have to sort of close it right down here. But yeah, I'm naturally sort of isolate myself a fair bit anyway, but I sort of balance that out with a fairly sort of full-on social life when I'm being sociable. And yeah, the pub is sort of the balance of my sort of isolation. So not having that balance is sort of pretty hard to deal with. But yeah.
Have you found anything else to help regain equilibrium?
Well, there was a period to start with where I was sort of looking after myself a lot better and sort of stopped drinking, or sort of cut down drinking, and sort of was sort of cooking and sort of, you know, feeding myself a bit better, and, you know, just trying to sort of, you know, everything was slowing down, so it was sort of seemed like the best idea was to go with that, just go with just slowing right down and just taking it really easy, and that was working really good. But yeah, then you just start going crazy, and you need to see people, you know.
Yeah, for sure. That's
you need to step away from yourself a bit.
Yeah. I've got a new single coming out, and it's called The Rest, and it was written way before lockdown, but that actually became not a mantra so much, but just that's how I've come to view this time. This is the rest, the great rest. I know it's not for some people, but for me and many people, I think it really feels like that. And so I'm just settling into it as well. I'm missing things desperately for sure, but I'm also enjoying aspects as well.
Yeah, that's it. I think a lot of people I've talked to have said that they sort of feel a bit sort of like it's a bit of an embarrassment, but they've enjoyed things slowing down a bit, and I think people are sort of getting their priorities together, and hopefully maybe come out of this a little sort of more, you know, chilled,
maybe, or maybe the exact opposite.
Yeah, or the opposite.
Allowed out again.
It's just gonna be absolute mayhem.
Yeah,
something in between.
The first few weeks of gigs are going to be pretty good, I reckon.
Yeah,
it's going to be pretty wild,
mate. The hangovers are going to be brutal.
Yeah,
Ben Walker, it's been so good talking to you. Do you reckon you could finish us out with a song, mate?
Yeah, I'll play a song. This is going to be the next single off the record, which is called Ghosting. This song is called The World Goes On Without Us.
Brilliant.
Take my hand, be my girl, I'll be your man, and through this world we shall go, a happy accident, and you will see there ain't no one who can dance like me. And though I might dance slightly strange, I love you more than they. For this world was made for lovers, you and me. And this world goes on without us, thankfully. So raise your glass while they try to win. We'll finish last. Enjoy this life at our own pace, while the headless chickens pass. For this world was made for lovers, you and me. And this world goes on without us, thankfully. Yeah, this world was made for lovers, you and me. And this world goes on without us, thankfully.
Yeah, baby.
Thank you very much.
All right. Beautiful.
Cheers.
I love it. Ben, look, it's nice to chat to you, mate.
You too, Benny. Hope you're well.
I am well.
Thank you very much. I'll see you on the other side, bro.
Yeah, see you soon.
Well, friends, thanks for joining us tonight. That was a hell of a show. I hope you enjoyed ourselves, and you'll join us again next week or whenever we happen to go live with the next episode of Ben Mastwyk's Golden Hour. Ah, yuck.